Happy Thursday. And what helps us rejoice? And I know that question is very multifaceted and we all have differences, but I want to look at one thing about what could help us rejoice. Maybe something that we don't even think about helping us to rejoice. So for today, I've got Psalm 98, verses 7 and 8. Let the sea and everything in it roar. Let the world and all its inhabitants too. Let all the rivers clap their hands. Let the mountains rejoice out loud all together before the Lord, because he is coming to establish justice on the earth. He will establish justice in the world rightly. He will establish justice among all people fairly. So here we have, not only are the people rejoicing, but everything is rejoicing. The mountains, the seas, all like living creatures are rejoicing because God is establishing justice. And justice means that it is love in action, that all of a sudden that our entire world begins to think about, what does it mean to live love in action? That God's like, this is the way we are going to live. All of creation is going to live in love. And to think about that, how would that revolutionize our lives? How would we be able to rejoice then? And so even though we may not feel like justice in action is always present, or love in action, which is justice, is always present, maybe we feel like, in this area it's really lacking, or over here it is. But how can we be a part of establishing that? How can we say, you know what, I am going to live my life with love in action, which love is a really difficult thing, but I'm going to make sure people are treated fairly. I'm going to make sure that those who have been downtrodden, those who are suffering, are brought up, are loved, know that love. So what might we be part of that today so that we can rejoice, so that we can find a little bit of joy in this life? How shall we be part of God's love in action, of God's justice? Pray with me. Oh God, there are so many times where we want to be filled with joy, that we want the joy to run over, that we want all of creation to just reverberate in that joy. Help us today to be able to rejoice by understanding what it means for each of us to begin to live love in action, to begin to live justice, to begin to live as we treat one another fairly, as we help those who have been mistreated, who have been oppressed, who haven't been treated fairly. May we live each of our lives of that love in action, that we may not wait any longer for someone else to do it, but may we be part of your work of love in action, of justice, so that we may rejoice this day and every day. Amen. Have a great one.